Cornell Cooperative Extension of Orange County presents Welcome to Cat Science, created by Orange County 4-H. Pollo de leche. Why are veterinarian records so important? So the main question is why do we keep vet records? Is it necessary? Today in our lesson, we're going to go through why it's so important to keep our veterinary records, what is on our veterinary records, and the financial responsibilities associated with a pet. So let's start with it. Vet records are your animal's medical records. Having a copy of your pet's veterinary record is important in determining what type of care and treatment he or she may need or has had. Our pet will have a complete medical file that should travel with them if they change owners, veterinarians, or even where you're living. This help keeps them safe as well as us safe. Financial tracking. What's really great about your vet records is that it also helps you track your financials. Keeping your vet records also helps you keep track of how much money we spent just on medical care alone for your pet. In this video, we're going to talk about Pollo de leche's just first 6 months of life. As you can see in the picture beside, this is one of the vet records that I received from his first treatment. So what information is on a vet record? So the information that's on there is the name of your vet's office, the address of your vet's office, the name of each vet that you see at the appointment, if there's multiple vets at each practice, the owner or owners' names, the owner's address, your pet's name, their date of birth, date of the visit, what was performed at that visit, the cost of those things, a list of vaccinations that they already have, and a list of vaccinations when they're due. The final thing that's on there is your pet's weight and then again their age. So below there, over on the other side, there is a picture of a vet clinic record that has to do with a lot with pictures. The one that we see is very much more mechanical and laid out. But as you can see, it asks the same things. What kind of patient are you seeing? Your pet's name, their weight, their temperature, how are they feeling? Sometimes we go to the vet just because it's necessary, and sometimes we have to go to the vet because your animal is sick. This helps you ease it down to let the vet know in which areas your pet needs some help. So how much did we spend on Pollo? Any guesses? Remember, he had all of his vaccines. He was fixed. He was microchipped. He also had Giardia, which needed to be treated twice, and roundworms. Now, this is just for his first 6 months of life. As you can see in the picture, this is at one of his follow-up appointments with Riley and Frank. They're very excited to be there. And every single time that we go to the vets, they propose a new question about animals to our vet that we see. So it's a really great learning experience for not only them, but for us. So let's break down everything that we spent and our financials, as well as the medical record for Pollo for the last 6 months. So I put this together for you guys to see based upon the date. Normally there's a wellness exam. We did the feline leukemia test because we do have another cat in our house, and we wanted to make sure that Pollo did not have feline leukemia. Now, if Pollo did have feline leukemia, that wouldn't change how we feel. We would just be able to better interpret if there was something else wrong with him in the future. He had his parasite test, and then also there's a biohazard fee that goes along with any of those tests that you get. So you'll see those, they're normally in small increment amounts. But as you can see from the screen, he went to the vet twice in June when we got him. He went to the vet twice in July. He went to the vet one time in August, and then he had his final visit with his final vaccinations, neuter and spaying, in October. So if we broke it all down, not including taxes or fees, does anybody have a guess of what they think that you'd spend for the first 6 months for your kitten on just medical records? $788.55. Again, this was all before tax, and this was only his medications for 6 months, as well as his vaccinations, neutering and castration, things like that. Now, I'm not saying that it's always going to be this as expensive when you have a pet. We did have Pollo, who did have 2 parasites, so we had to take care of that. But it just shows that being a pet owner is very expensive. And it also takes a lot to maintain their good, healthy relationship with you, as well as your vet, and as well to make sure that they can live out their long and fulfilled life. Now, the first 6 months of an animal's life is mostly more expensive, especially when you're getting them fixed. So that's where a chunk of that cost comes from. But as you can see, and as we know, the kids love to get Pollo lots of treats and toys, as well as his food. So that bill is probably at least $400 more for the first 6 months of life. So that's important when we're trying to make a plan of how we're going to take care of our animal, and are we financially responsible enough to be able to do that. So let's check in with Riley and Frank and put together Pollo's vet record book. I keep one of these vet record books for each of my animals, not only digitally, but physically, for when we go on vacation or go away.
Let's start our binder.
All right, so Riley is going to start coloring the top of Pollo's vet record binder, so then we can get everything in there. Oh, Pollo wants to say hi. Hey, Pollo.
Now we finished coloring. Now we put Pollo's medical book together.
Awesome. So you gotta put the cover on it first, Frank.
Oh, yeah.
So now that all of this is together, what do we do with it?
Put it in our medical binder for safekeeping.
Yep, so now we're gonna put it right in our medical binder. All right, so say thanks, guys.
Thanks.
See you later.
See you later, Alligator.
Thanks for joining us. As you can see, Pollo has gotten much bigger. We're so happy that he's in our family, and we can't wait to have our next class with you. Have a great day, everybody.